So the reason we're up here today is I want to show you how this stuff it works in its prime. This Prime RX Peel Bond Primer. And I want to show you a close-up exactly how this stuff works. It is fantastic, magical stuff. Chemists, go figure. It is great stuff. It is stuff that promotes adhesion on very hard to paint surfaces. Think something that is neglected, something that is old on an old house, you know, think like 80, 90, 100 plus years old. So you kind of see behind me here, this is the paint that I'm talking about. You've got this older paint, you've got some newer paint which is adhered really well, but you've got this alligatoring right here. That's what, it kind of looks like the skin of an alligator. It's pretty on tight. It holds, but it's definitely rough. But if you're okay with that, if you wanted a completely flat surface, you'd have to strip this all back, sanding or chemical stripping. So the paint has been neglected and you want to breathe new life into it. That's totally possible with this kind of stuff without breaking the bank. There's several different ways you could take care of this, ranging from the cheap and easy to the more expensive but very well done. I'm aiming for some kind of middle ground here, and that's where this stuff comes in. Now, when I say cheap, what do I mean? I mean maybe just buying your one coat primer, and paint in one, slapping a coat on and calling it a day. Sure, saves you some time, but you're gonna be back up here in a couple years redoing the same work. Now, if you wanted to go on the completely other extreme, and I would only recommend this on very expensive houses, or if you're that very detail-oriented person, you could buy things like Dumont stripper and actually strip this back all the way to the original wood, and then you could build up from primer and then paint all the way back up, and you will have a very long-lasting product. Now, here, I don't have that kind of time, I don't have that kind of patience, nor do I have that kind of money. So I'm aiming for some kind of middle ground that'll get me here to at least 5-7 years before I have to really start to think about considering repainting or doing any other kind of work on this part right here. So first I'm going to scrape, then second I'm going to power wash, which will not only clean but also remove any bits that you may have missed in scraping or ones that were barely attached, but with that extra power that the power washing has, will pop right off. Let's take a moment to address old paint that likely contains lead. First off, let's be safe. When scraping, at a minimum, wear some safety glasses, preferably ones that seal around your face. Also, invest in a good respirator. Now, before you start scraping or power washing, lay some tarps down around the area that you will be working on. That way, they'll catch any chips that fall off and prevent them from going into your landscaping, and then you could dispose of them properly. So next comes the step with the peel bonding primer. So you prime it and then I could paint it, which is the real fun part. Now, don't expect miracles of this stuff. I mean, it is great stuff, but it's not gonna magically make it a super smooth surface. Think old, but well taken care of. Look, no primer. This primer is pretty thick. Think the consistency of yogurt or white school glue. It's actually closer to a glue than paint, really. The thickness is what helps it fill in minor cracks and give a better appearance to your final top coats of paint. I like to apply it on heavy and then brush it in every direction to help fill those gaps. It goes on milky white, but then dries clear. The recommended recoat time is 24 hours, so plan accordingly. After 24 hours of dry time, I'll go directly over it with 2 coats of paint. This product does a phenomenal job at bonding the old paint so that it does not flake up and peel off. It's really made to bond, fill, and seal. If you want to further level out or smooth out an area, apply a second coat. It's called a high build primer for a reason. Look, it's primed, freshly. And this is dried primer. Here we see where we've gone from primed to finished product, which consists of 2 coats of satin sheen paint. you can rest with confidence that this primer will help protect and prevent old paint from peeling and thus preserving the beauty of your home for years to come. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you found this video informative. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know what you thought in the comments. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.